is code hotel, which means we got a pilot on board. And there is code delta, which means I don't have no idea what what that is. And there's code delta, which means we are maneuvering all over the place and better watch out for us. There's wonderful PNSA Ingham and a few other people. And this is a typical bridge scene. I hope you can see it. There's a little bitty fishing boat. You can probably see the net, and if you can't, then I'll try and zoom in on it for you. And there's the net, and there's the boat. And there's a little barge going by there. This place, like I said in a previous film, is like a highway. And there's Charlie Hamhocker flashing an infrared light at me, but to no avail. There he is, wonderful Hamhocker in all his glory. Here's the east side. And there's just someone, David, the pride of the Signal Shack, and he's listening to the Ohio State-Michigan game, and he's hoping Ohio State will pull through so he won't lose this month's paycheck. And there's the Signal Shack, and I guess if my father ever sees this, he'll turn green with envy. I'm sure he knows anything this nice. And as you can see, the window of the Signal Shack's got it's not dirty, that's salt there. Got a little wild last night and this morning. Had some water over the signal bridge here. And there we are making a turn. You can see the lake there. I guess we're doing probably about 15 right now, coming up to 20 knots. And we're heading back that way. We're doing a fishtail, or also known as the Williamson turn. Back on the track that you originally started on. And there's a few bow waves from the ship. There's Lieutenant Fisher and Chief Brooks. And there's the port bearing taker. It's a forward lookout. Gutierrez, the San Antonio fighter from 30 SA. There we are, folks. Turkey Day, 1977 in Japan. Yay! When you're out of film, you're really in bad trouble. It's okay. We had some pretty big swells last night. I don't know exactly how bad it was, but I almost got thrown out of the rack a couple of times. But we're moving along pretty good here, about 21 knots. And you can see the sky is kind of overcast when it's clear, not cloudy. It's usually pretty nice blue water, but now it's gray, as you can see. It's ugly gray. And now I'm on the other side of the ship. Looks about the same, except the sun is out. There's the sun. And we're still moving along about 21 knots, which we're on one boiler. And that's about the max you can get out of one boiler. And right now we got following seas. So fortunately it's not too bad when you have following seas. That means the waves are going in the same direction you are. So it doesn't get too bad.
However, it looks like we might run into some rain up ahead here. And we're picking up a little bow wave here. It's kind of hard to tell with depth perception on this thing, but the waves are almost coming up over the edge of the deck there. And we make a big splash with the waves there. And here we are on our way to Civic again, and we're trying to evade Tropical Storm Lucy. And let's see if we can get some waves over the bow here for you. And there's a freighter, can't tell where it's from or where it's going to. And we definitely got some nice seas today. As you can tell, get a little rocky and rolly here. This is not one of the worst rolls. We'll get a good roll here in a minute, I have a feeling. And there's a fairly going, that's probably about 15 degrees. And if you can imagine multiplying that by 3, that's like one we had about a couple of weeks ago. Here we have the ever vigilant Lieutenant J.G. Michael Varley and Lieutenant Moon. Always professional. And a wave almost got me on that one, but I was too quick. And we're starting to pick up a little bit here. I don't know if you can see a very good depth perception, but these are about 12-foot waves here. This ought to be a nice one. And here we have Marcus Metcalfus. This is too dark in here, unfortunately. And there's that all-American lieutenant. Where is he? And here we are, folks. Evidence. Right in the middle of the daytime, working hours. And look what we have here. The two snipes. I got it right here. Score and carry on. I'm being attacked. And here we have Watson sitting in the captain's chair. This is good evidence for a fare and farewell. Hail and farewell. Well, you're lucky. I don't have enough light in here. Maybe it won't come out. But see, he's sitting in the captain's chair there. See, Watson? Let me zoom in on his face. There's his face. And here we are out in the South China Sea, and there is the USS Midway. And alongside her is USS White Plains. There is the USS Schenectady. I don't know who that is. And there is the USS Parsons. And there's some guys getting ready to dock up. It's kind of windy. And there's the USNS Mespillion.
Glorious USNS Mespillion, Leviathan of the Seven Seas. Someone signaling to us there and telling us what a wonderful thing it is to see Kirk. We're here in the Philippine Sea, the South China Sea, renowned for the wonderful exploits of daring do of sailors of old. We're going to be moving over and getting some better footage here. Here's some of Kirk's sailors. There's SMSN Lions and Fireman Dixon. We're just zooming in on them. And some of the signal bridge here. There he is. He's showing us his third-class Crow. We didn't know that. And just to give you an idea of how close these two dreadnoughts are, there's the Kirk. And there's a Mespillion showing her colors, the shell flag. Now we'll be stopping for a while and moving to a better vantage point and get some more high adventure-packed action footage. Signing out. And back again. There's the first line across, the phone and distance line to the bridge of the Mespillion. There's the master of the Mespillion eyeing us with some binoculars, and the first line is across. And there he is, the replenishment detail captain, Lieutenant J.G. Mike Watson, as he looks across to his target of opportunity, the Mespillion. We'll be talking with Mike a little later, but for the moment, look at that pot on him. Oh, there we go. That's about all for now. And there's the captain. We're zooming in on the captain. Hello, captain. And Joe Fisher, the officer of the deck. And Commander Begley, the XO. He looks a little perturbed about something. There, he's looking around. Sees the Mespillion is there. Captain's rather nonchalant about the whole affair. True professional. All for now on the high command, and back to the Mespillion.
Okay, Jablonski, what do you think about this unwrap?
Well, I think we ought to get it done and get into Subic. You know what I mean, don't you?
Well, Jablonski, do you smell a foul odor in the air or something?
Well, Seaman Lowrider, it smells a little bit like tuna fish.
Here we have the captain next, though, discussing whether they should perform the Heimlich maneuver or not.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, here we are live in the South China Sea doing a live unrep with the USNS Mississippi. And if you will take a look this way, folks, you can see her. She's standing over here ripping up and down in the water. As you'll notice, this is one of the smaller of the little oilers, you know, and we're happy to have you live with us here on the scene. This is MTR coming.
And here we are at Grandy Island. And there's the famous Mr. Mike Cavalli. And there's a map of the place. See, they got varied activities. And here we have an old 6-inch gun that was used by Americans and then the Japanese. And here's looking down the long end of it. And here's a long view. See how big this thing is. And in the background is Subic Bay. And there's an old lookout tower right on the edge of the bay. You can see the bay right there. There's the entrance. And here's a look at another cannon facing inland. I don't know why. And there is Subic Bay Naval Base in the background. And here's an unobstructed view of the entrance to Subic Bay with a, seems like a mic boat. Good focus. And here we have a look south at Chiquita Island. And moving on around the bay here. And there is the oiler Navasota or somebody. Sacramento. Oh. And there's looking at the nav base. And swinging it around some more. There's some more of the bay. And we call it a day, another day at Grandy Island. It was fun, it was a thrill, but all good things must come to an end. And there's the famous Grandy Island Queen, which I don't think we'll be taking unless we get moving. And here's a view of the many waterfront areas on Grandy. It is an island, you know, therefore it does have lots of waterfront areas. And here's a shot to QB. See the various hangars, etc. The shot's taken from Grandy Island. See the various buildings, etc. And there goes Varley getting on the boat back to Subic. He's climbing up the brow and he's getting on the boat.